We can strike the right balance, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, like my boss says, perfection is the enemy of the good.
There's a couple things that I want to add here. Okay, so
Just for brief.
okay,
Want to take
just-
questions?
okay, I just have to add this. Number one, I think it's just as a tactician, when you're trying to get legislation, you don't take off the table something that's a very important bargaining chip by saying, whether or not you're going to have state preemption. Like, I feel like that is something that's very premature at this point. I feel like states should be able to protect their citizens and should not be limited by federal legislation. And if federal legislation is absent and people need protections, then I think we need to start at the federal level and say, yes, we recognize that this is important, we are going to have movement. Secondly, I want to point out that the FTC is already handling privacy for children. If you're looking at the Children's Privacy, the Children's Privacy Regulatory Framework, it's been something in place for almost, it's like 18 or 20 years. So this is something that the federal government has addressed and is, it has a lot of the principles that were discussed on the NTIA docket where people entered comments. So this is not a problem that's too big to solve or too big to address. I think that a lot of the issues when people are talking about Republicans think this and Democrats think this, the truth of the matter is that when we get a data breach and I call into Amex, nobody asks me if I'm a Democrat or a Republican. They ask me if I have an Amex. So.
If I can go real quick though on the state issue, I got to bring this up. I think we do need federal legislation, and I do believe that California has set an urgency issue, and there's a time frame issue. But I don't think that, based on your point, that you want consumers having this patchwork of state rules, though, and that you create federal legislation that has strong enforcement for state AGs. So there are ways to create an umbrella law that allows people want general principles, sort of a framework, but they do want to go to their states to be able to enforce that. And if I have to enforce it differently in California, and differently in Illinois, and differently here, we're going to create a lot of consumer confusion. And so I think we really need to think about, again, not creating a quilt of privacy laws. We need to think about how can we come together. And I'm at Brookings, I'm not a partisan. I don't think this is a Republican or Democrat issue. I think this is an issue of comprehensive privacy law will actually help us with a good framework to protect consumers while at the same time ensuring that we are able to enjoy the benefits of what technology actually provides and innovation provides. So I just want to put that out there too, because I think it's